Hello, friends of the forest. It is the beginning of spring, and one of the first flowers that emerge are daffodils. These wonderful little yellow flowers are just absolutely spectacular, and they symbolize hope and new beginnings. You could see why, being one of the first flowers that emerge, and they're just absolutely wonderful. Every year, they produce more and more bulbs, and they're super easy to grow, super easy to propagate, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. You also are helping the daffodils by spacing out those bulbs. It gives it more space to grow. And I don't know about you, but I want to live in a world where there's more flowers. And so when you space out these bulbs, it gives them a lot more space to grow, and every year ensures a beautiful flower production. In fact, if you stop spacing out the bulbs, eventually they run out of space and they stop flowering. So you're really helping the daffodils, and you're also creating a better world where there's more flowers, more beauty, and just a lot more wonderful things for everybody to enjoy. Have you ever been walking through the forest and you find yourself surrounded by daffodils? Well, it's a good sign you're standing on an ancient home site where the people of the past have planted these daffodils, and maybe the home is long gone. The people might be long gone too, but they have left the world a better place with more flowers, and it's an excellent thing to do so your children's children can enjoy these flowers for a long time to come. Here we can see these daffodils are planted in a very distinct line. Alright, so you want to find you a nice cluster of daffodils. These daffodils were smaller and have already wilted. That is a sign that the bulbs are very compact in there and they don't have much space to grow. If these don't get spread out, eventually they'll stop making flowers altogether. So this is a good candidate to propagate. So you want to make sure you get under the bulbs and under the roots as to not damage the plant. And out here, you want to be discreet because a lot of people just assume the worst of you. They think you're just robbing the flowers. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to help these daffodils, reproduce them, ensure them a lot of space to grow so that they continue to make these flowers in this wild, unmanaged setting. So let's be stewards of the earth and make sure you leave some daffodils where you found them. That will ensure that they can reproduce, have the space to flower, and leave a lot of flowers for our pollinators and a lot of beauty for many years to come. All right, so you can see I dug under the roots, which leaves the bulbs and the roots and the entire plant intact. And then you can just separate the bulbs like so. So every bulb, one bulb is all you need per plant, and every year they reproduce by creating more and more bulbs, which means more and more daffodils. So as I expected, these daffodils are packed in here. Every bulb is a plant that needs to be spaced out and reproduced. See this? So by taking every bulb and spacing them out, you're really helping these daffodils have more space to grow, make more daffodils, and then you can spread out the extra bulbs to make the world a more beautiful place. Look at all these daffodils from that one cluster. Each bulb can be a new flower and eventually reproduce into more and more clusters. Okay, we don't want to take the daffodils and not leave any flowers for the forest. We're really here to help the daffodils. So in the original spot, give it a nice tilling. Loosen up that soil for these bulbs to really grow into. Take some of the original daffodils and plant them back where you found them. All right, so we got the original cluster replanted, spaced out so the roots have plenty of space to grow, make more daffodils. But don't just stop there. take some of these daffodils and plant them a few feet away over here. And now you're really helping out the forest, really making it an even more beautiful place by taking some daffodils over here and planting some over there. So every year you're gonna have more and more daffodils. I'm gonna take some of these back to my farm, but I'm also gonna spread them around in this original ancient home site, because you know, if you believe in spirits and stuff like that, you know they would be so happy to know that somebody is taking their daffodils, taking care of them, and continuing to garden their old, ancient, long lost garden. That just makes me so happy. So let's do that. That way this spot will remain beautiful, full of flowers, even after you're long gone. All right, we found the daffodils over there. Now we're gonna transplant them over here. So it really helps spread them out across the forest. And what you wanna do is make a nice 4 to 6 inch deep hole with nice wide fluffed up soil for the roots to grow into. And then take 1, 2, or 3 bulbs, put them in the spot you just tilled up, and then just cover it up. This is a springtime planting, so it's very important that you leave the leaves. The leaves must be left so they can photosynthesize, get energy from the sun, and store it into the bulb. That's where it stores its energy to make new bulbs, more leaves, and more flowers for next year. So it's very important that you leave the leaves for springtime planting. All right, it's that easy. You just get them planted, get them spread out, and then now just rinse and repeat. And what we're doing, making a lot more flowers for this area, and we're collecting a few extra bulbs to bring back to our own property and spread out, give some to your friends, your family. Daffodils are a pleasure to grow. You can't go wrong with them. So easy. As long as you dig up those bulbs, you know, under the roots, bring them up, space them out, and just plant them. They're that easy to grow. One of my favorite flowers. So good luck. Go find you some daffodils and go make the world a better place. If you like the work I'm doing, please give me a like, a subscribe, and we're gonna have a lot more awesome videos coming where we're spreading out these flowers. We're gonna be going to the farm. We're gonna be starting some honeybees. It's gonna be epic. So please join me. See you guys.